Hello and welcome to HW News. Only 2 days are remaining for lockdown 4 to end. Whether it will be extended or not, that we will get to know tomorrow when the government is expected to make some announcement regarding whether the lockdown will be extended or not. But let us look at the global coronavirus cases as of now. Globally, coronavirus has infected 59,35,295 people and 3,62,756 people have died so far. In India, as of now, there are a total of 1,65,799 cases of coronavirus, whereas 71,106 people have either been cured, discharged or migrated. 4,706 people have died due to coronavirus. In Delhi today, 1,106 infected patients were recorded. Apart from Delhi, 178 patients were found in Karnataka, 102 patients were recorded in Uttarakhand, 91 in Rajasthan, 63 in Odisha, 31 in Haryana, 30 in Assam, 9 in Himachal Pradesh, 7 in Nagaland and 6 in Chhattisgarh. These are the patients that were recorded in these states. Let us now move on to important news regarding coronavirus today. 2 days before lockdown 4 ends, the government has moved into top gear to decide the way forward. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Friday morning met Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and sources say that the two leaders discussed suggestions that have come from the states and the task forces set up by the centre. On Thursday, Amit Shah had called up all the chief ministers of states and union territories to seek their views on the proposed lockdown extension. Most states are in favor of giving a boost to economic activities but are also worried about the rising coronavirus numbers. Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa had sought the opening of the hotels, motels and lodges as well, citing the extensive movement of people along the highways as well as through air and train routes. He has also sought the centre's response for opening up places of worship. The Kerala government, however, is being very cautious. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has expressed apprehension about allowing places of worship to open. After flattening the curve, the state has seen a resurgence of numbers as the train and air travel has restarted. The northeastern states, where the coronavirus numbers started spiking only after the centre opened up rail and air travel, have told the government that they are willing to follow whatever the central government decides. Now, talking about West Bengal, the Chief Minister of the state, Mamata Banerjee, today said that all places of worship, temples, mosques and gurudwaras will be allowed to open in the state from June 1st, but not more than 10 people will be allowed together. There will be no assembly at religious places. However, all private, public and government sector offices will open from June 8th, while all tea and jute industries in the state will be 100% operational from 1st of June. Let us move on to next news. A group of monkeys on Friday attacked a lab technician at Meerut Medical College while he was carrying test samples and swab kits taken from suspected coronavirus patients. In a video tweeted by a journalist, the monkeys snatched away the swab kits of 3 patients and escaped from the lab technician could do anything. The patients had to redo the entire test. A report by Times Now says that the monkeys were later found chewing the samples on top of the trees. Monkeys were apparently quite common within the college campus, but with this incident, locals are now afraid that this could spread infection in the area. Let us move on to next news. The Railway Board held a press conference today to explain the status of Shramik special trains and migrant labourers. Chairman Vinod Kumar Yadav said that till May 28th, the Railways operated 279 Shramik special trains. Railways met every demand of the states. Every day around 3 lakh people were taken to their homes. That is what Yadav claims. He also said that on May 24th, they talked to all the state governments. Then 983 trains were needed, but today only 449 trains are needed to the state governments. 80% of the workers have gone to UP and Bihar. He said the protocols that were made for travelling in railways have proved to be very successful. So far, 52 lakh people have travelled in these trains. Talking about some trains losing their ways, he said that no trains were diverted between 1st to 19th May. It did not happen between 25th to 28th May as well. However, some trains were diverted between May 28th to May 24th. Out of 3,840 trains, only 71 trains, that is 1.8% of the trains that were functional, diverted. This happened due to some routes were busy. He also informed that more than 30 children have been born in trains, and Indian Railways doctors helped in the delivery of pregnant women. However, he has also advised that pregnant women and children should not travel on these trains. Let us move on to next news. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has denied sharing the information related to the expenses incurred to fight the COVID-19 outbreak, saying that it has no specific information to provide. The ministry replied with this unusual reply to a right to information query filed by city-based activist Anil Galgali, who had sought the monetary expenses with regards to control and prevent of COVID-19 pandemic by the Government of India. In his online query, Anil Galgali had sought the names of the purchased equipment and materials and the total amount spent to combat the pandemic. After 22 days of filing the query, Department of Health and Family Welfare in its reply stated that the CPIO deals with the matters relating to HLL Lifecare Limited, which is a public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It also said that the Central Public Information Officer is not required to furnish information which requires drawing of interference and or making of assumption or to interpret information or to solve the problem raised by the applicant or to furnish replies to hypothetical question. Now, whether the central government, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare will provide the correct information or not, that remains to be seen. Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.
हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे होते हैं जो हमसे प्यार दुलार की आस करते हैं।
हमारा भी जीवन साथी है जिसको हमारे ड्यूटी से घर आने का इंतजार होता है।
हमारे घर में भी एक बूढ़ी माँ है जिनके लिए आज भी हम ही आंखों के तारे हैं।
लेकिन हम हमारे घरों में नहीं हैं। आपकी सुरक्षा में कोई कसर न रहे, इसलिए हम अपने प्रियजनों से दूर हैं।
हम में से ही कुछ तो अब इतने दूर जा चुके हैं कि वो वापस अपने घरों को लौट भी नहीं पाएंगे।
हमें गर्व है कि हमारे कंधों पे मुंबई शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी है। हमारे जज्बे और बलिदान को व्यर्थ न जाने दे। इस संकट के समय में आप घर पे रहे, सुरक्षित रहे।
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे होते हैं जो हमसे प्यार दुलार की आस करते हैं।
हमारा भी जीवन साथी है जिसको हमारे ड्यूटी से घर आने का इंतजार होता है।
हमारे घर में भी एक बूढ़ी माँ है जिनके लिए आज भी हम ही आंखों के तारे हैं।
लेकिन हम हमारे घरों में नहीं हैं। आपकी सुरक्षा में कोई कसर न रहे, इसलिए हम अपने प्रियजनों से दूर हैं।
हम में से ही कुछ तो अब इतने दूर जा चुके हैं कि वो वापस अपने घरों को लौट भी नहीं पाएंगे।
हमें गर्व है कि हमारे कंधों पे मुंबई शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी है। हमारे जज्बे और बलिदान को व्यर्थ न जाने दे। इस संकट के समय में आप घर पे रहे, सुरक्षित रहे।